Hi, I'm Brad. I hate the swim team, and I do want that on the record, but I do love Hallmark movies and mysteries.
I'm Brian. I like Hallmark movies and mysteries. No comment on the swim team at this point.
Oh, boy.
I'm Dan. I despise Hallmark movies and mysteries. I think you know how I feel about the swim team. And this is the
Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark. It's his podcast.
Go.
Brandon and friends host this podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Nothing to see here.
Oh, boy.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, man.
Can you believe it?
You are so pumped up. Yeah,
I'm just
you're
so
all
freaking
amped
pumped
up.
right now.
Excited about a movies and
going on
mysteries this
here?
week.
I just, you guys know this. You guys know this.
Yep.
I've been taking dance lessons. I learned the tango. And I don't know. And whenever I get a chance, I just
Yeah, you just
We'll
got to
touch
move.
on
real
We'll
slow
Gotta
now.
move.
Yeah, and we're in Kansas City right now.
Oh,
Yeah, and last night's live show.
wow.
Woo.
Wow.
Still coming down.
And this is why you should come to the live shows.
That's right.
They've actually heard our thoughts on this movie
Already.
before you have.
Yesterday's news today. Or
That's right.
That is early
tomorrow's
edition.
news.
Exactly.
Yeah, yesterday.
That's right.
The
Yeah,
cat. There's a cat. The cat.
10 years ago, it was 2023.
12,
From what I understand.
actually.
Okay.
Does the cat bring the newspaper? Does it like in
Cat's
in its
there with
mouth?
it. I don't think the cat has its paws around it.
But well, it could carry it in its mouth.
Yeah, could it? The newspaper's pretty heavy.
The teeth marks.
Yeah.
So where's the paper come from?
There's a lot there, I think. Yeah.
Someone should. Guys, can we just reboot
Figure
the show?
this.
We reboot the show.
Reboot early
Maybe make
edition.
it tomorrow's tweets today.
Gosh, stop giving away the
Call-
best
TM,
idea
TM,
we've
quickly,
ever
TM.
had.
Call it retweet.
No, Dan and I we've already gone through this whole thing. We've tried to take this to network. No one wants to take our meetings. No
one.
one.
They keep telling us that something like it is already.
It's
in the works.
already in the works.
I'm beginning to think that's a lie.
An early edition,
wouldn't lie.
an early edition like reboot. It's already in the works.
No way.
Maybe then we'll find
I'm
out.
ready. I'm ready for it. I can tell you
Yes.
that much.
If it were, you would probably already know about it, though.
You would think.
I don't
so.
know, man. Everything's slow these days. You know what I mean?
Slow, yeah. They don't make them like they used
No
to.
They
one
sure
wants to
don't.
work.
Guys, we're talking about the dancing detective, Deadly Tango, Lacey Chabert, Will Kemp, movie mystery, fun times.
Yep.
I do want to ask you guys this. How was your weekend?
Dan,
It's
how was yours?
Friday.
I know.
It's Friday right now.
But I haven't talked to you about your
all
weekend.
the time. You have. We've literally
About
been
your
together
weekend?
for the last 3 days. You've talked to me about my weekend.
I didn't hear it.
But nobody else
Just
heard
catch
it?
me up.
It was great. It was a great weekend. Went to the beach and played golf for a few days.
Yeah, we know about that.
Enjoyed myself tremendously. Missed you guys. Missed all of you dearly.
Did you?
You guys
Did
held
you?
down the fort just fine.
Did you?
I listened to the first 5 minutes of the episode.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
On Monday, when you're swinging and hitting the clubs,
Yep.
getting your irons out and whatnot,
Yep.
Clubs.
were you the thought cross your mind? I do. A good day on the golf course is better than a bad day anywhere. But
work.
it's still not better than being in the studios with
But
my boys.
A good day on the golf course doesn't compete with a good day.
Did that cross your
in the
mind?
studio with the boys, and a bad day in the studio with the boys is still better than a good day on the golf course.
Did you miss being in the studio with the boys?
I
and Aaron?
missed being in the studio with all of you.
Did you see what we had for lunch while you were gone?
And when I saw what you had for lunch, I didn't miss it any longer. And this is a great place to talk about this because you're all dead to me.
Oh, wow.
I typically don't talk to people that eat at Subway.
Yeah.
As a rule.
Well, yeah, it didn't go great for everybody. I'll say that.
Why?
much.
Who?
Can I just ask you this,
Please. Can I tell you what happened first of all?
Yeah,
Go
What
ahead.
happened?
Yeah.
I still get the notifications. Producer Aaron runs the Hello at Deck the Hallmark email account, but I still get those notifications on my phone. I swipe them away. That's all I do is I swipe, and if I see something interesting, I'll look at it. I'm on the golf course.
Having a good
And
day.
I see Subway something, your order's almost ready, or your order's like order confirmation. And I was like, we've been hacked.
Typical brand.
Someone hacked our email and our credit
one.
card, and they've purchased the lowest of the low Subway. And I clicked the email and I was like, I hope this is spam and I'm wrong. And I was like, it's like, hi, Aaron, your order's almost ready. And I was like, dear God in heaven, I leave for 24 hours and they're ordering. Can they not understand how to drive? Do I have to drive all the time? What happened? What happened?
I just want to say this. We ordered it because you weren't here. That was purposeful. We said, what's something we never eat because Dan's here?
You guys secretly like Subway and don't do it because of me?
I don't hate
exactly.
it. I don't hate it.
Okay, wait a minute. No. So you never want Subway.
No.
You don't like Subway. Are you a Subway fan, Aaron? Okay, so no one here is not eating Subway because of Dan. I want to be very clear about that.
We would maybe eat it.
Subway
we would
you
maybe
want.
eat it occasionally.
That's true. I'm on board with occasionally.
When you weren't in the office as much that one year that we don't talk about, I had Subway. That's the last time I had Subway.
All right, go ahead.
That was a long
Keep
time
going.
ago.
Anyway, I had a wonderful Italian. It was great. Aaron's sub was okay. You like to go. What do you think Brian got?
Oh, no.
What do you, if you go inside Brian's mind, what do you think Brian got?
All right, what did you get, Aaron?
What would a technical writer get from
on
Subway?
a Monday.
I know that he likes an Italian sub.
Okay, he didn't get an Italian sub.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did he get a hot sub?
No, he didn't get a hot sub.
Nobody got a hot one, right?
I got
did.
I got my bread toasted.
Ooh, they got those fancy toasters at Subway.
They do.
After they dole you out the meat, one thumb lick at a time. Oh my
Dan,
gosh!
technical
It was sliced
writer.
years ago. It was
On a
sliced
Monday.
years ago.
Technical writer Brian. What type
Tuna.
of
I can fly.
tuna melt?
Tuna
He
melt.
got a tuna.
It was not a tuna melt.
I'm sorry, a tuna.
Tuna sub.
Tuna
Very
straight up
popular
tuna.
at the Subway.
Yeah.
He got a tuna.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It
But
was-
an Italian, I've had an Italian that's bad.
No,
I've
I
had
got
a good
I
tuna
got one of
there,
the
but-
new Italians with some sauce.
My
Here's the
dad
thing: the
also-
sub
Second generation.
second generation.
My dad, I was eating dinner.
I'm a second generation Italian sub eater.
Did I tell you this? I'm eating lunch with my dad 2 weeks ago, and he says, "Son,
Yeah, we did talk
the
about this.
new Subway menu
This is-
isn't actually bad. It's
Yep.
pretty good." And I was like, "I don't know. I don't know about that."
Was yours off the new menu?
It's off the new menu.
Okay,
Second
and it's
generation.
second generation.
Second
That's right.
generation Italian.
Yeah, the tuna was not a good choice that day.
Yeah.
And
At
Aaron
Subway,
tried it as well.
There isn't a good choice.
Well,
What did you get?
Aaron. Okay. Brian ate half his sub, said I couldn't do it anymore, put it in the fridge. The next
this
day,
is worse than what I
the
did.
next
This
day,
is worse.
Aaron finished the sub over the span of what seemed like hours.
The whole day she chewed on that thing.
Just kind of nibbling
Aaron.
on
And
it.
she told me,
Aaron.
she told me I made terrible choices in food, and I said, Aaron, no, I told you it was gross. I was not misleading at all, and she still put that thing
What
down.
did you get for your sub?
Oh, man.
Your
My original sub
Yeah.
was a teriyaki chicken with like a spicy teriyaki glaze or something.
so
like that.
you got like something that you could cover in a bunch of sauce.
No, that's I've said this. Subway's only as good as the sauces you put on it.
We did talk about this.
100%.
Yes,
Let's talk about the dancing detective. You can
Please.
only put so much sauce on tuna.
that's
It's true. Learn the hard way.
Yeah. Dancing
People gotta
detective.
learn
What's
the
great is we
hard way.
did the
Hey, you live, you learn.
What's great is we put the order
I
in
guess.
once, lost the order, and he still went with it. He said, I
We did do
doubled
it
down.
twice.
You
When
had
you
plenty
said
of
lost
time.
The order. What do you mean?
I don't know, man.
The
I tried to
computer-
I put in a coupon code to get half off one of the subs, and it said we got to
Dear
redo this
God,
whole thing.
Come on,
It was a whole,
man.
yeah.
Trying to save
mess.
$4.
It was $3.50, first of all.
Okay.
The Dancing Detective: A Deadly Tango originally aired on June 2nd, 2023, and went a little slow. Oh, and I want to give this quick shout out real quick. This is, I think, maybe a first in
Hit the
history.
first alarm.
I got
fixed.
about halfway through this movie, and then I forgot to keep taking notes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, Aaron, you seem to know a lot about this movie. I kept being like, what's going on here? And she knew every time. And I said, would you mind finishing the synopsis?
Yeah.
So here's a game for you to play.
Where's the line?
I haven't read this yet.
Snakes know the line.
Is there a point? I glazed
he
over it.
hasn't
I
read it
teriyaki
yet.
glazed over it. At what point does Aaron take over? That's a game that everybody can play at home.
She told me she had to finish writing the synopsis
Yeah.
because Brand said he didn't want to do it. And I was like, what do you mean?
I don't even want to be around
And she
anymore.
was like, I was like, was he so enraptured by the tango he couldn't write
Yeah,
words?
I think that's
Staring at Lacey's calves.
no,
Wow.
that's
Wow.
another story. Maybe we'll get to
story
it.
for another day.
Maybe we'll get to
Is
it.
Scott Newman on the line?
And it went a little something like this.
Not as bad as it sounds.
Nope, it is. It sure is, Brian Guy. You over there just covered in tuna, looking at Lacey's calves. The movie kicks off in a hotel room. There's a maid, a housekeeper, freshishing freshening up the
Aaron
towels.
has not started
This
yet.
is still mine.
I like you clarified freshishing.
This is
Yeah.
still this is still me.
Aaron
Don't,
went
you don't
freshishing twice.
you don't have to fall on that sword, Aaron. Freshening was you.
Freshened it up.
You added freshening towels?
You didn't mention they made it all in the opening line.
Oh my gosh, Brandon.
It was the whole start.
Well, hold on. No.
So I edited some of it.
It's hard to
So
say.
this is all
It's
done.
hard to say. Let me go back to the original.
Shake
Pay
that up.
Aaron to work for all of us. She is not your copy editor.
There's a hooded fella that's lurking around, drugging drinks and whatnot. There's a guy in suspenders. He comes out. He takes a drink, immediately drops. He's gonzo. See ya, deuces, bye. Cut back to the police station. We meet Detective Constance Bailey. She's great at her job. Horrible at interacting with humans on a personal level. Is that why she hasn't gotten a promotion in 5 years? Yes. Her boss says that, you know the senator? His brother died in Malta. The senator asks the captain to send his best detective to figure out what happened to his brother. So that's her. She lands in Malta, and she's excited to find out who she's going to be working with from Interpol. And she immediately almost gets hit by a car. And the guy who was driving that car is going to be her partner. His name's Sebastian. Turns out Suspenders guy was the CEO of Aston International. And he was in Malta for the company's ballroom dancing competition.
Classic.
Yep.
Classic.
Bailey finds out.
Ours is next week. You
Yes,
excited?
I'm very excited.
I think
months.
Crandall's going to take it all. I saw him
not.
Hey,
practicing.
Crandall, good freaking luck, bud. Good freaking luck. I've been dancing all day. I danced during the theme song.
His dance partner, Tarley?
That's not what I heard.
Tippy toes.
I heard
Tarly?
Tarley's out.
Tippy toes
I heard
Tarley's got
Tarley's out.
Tarley's got the moves.
I heard Tarley's out.
That's a lie.
You can't, at this late in the game, the company dance party's sacred.
I know.
You can't just change partners.
Tarley got sick with the knees.
They'll push through.
You know, when you dance, sometimes you get sick in the knees.
Cut off at the knees.
Anywho, this guy gets hit by a car. Yeah, Sebastian. Turns out, Sebastian's the CEO of the Ballroom Dancing Company. Bailey finds out that she's going undercover as a competitor, a competitive ballroom dancer, to find out what happens. And Sebastian is going to be her partner in life. But also in the competition. They don't gel together super quickly, but you know, they'll get there. The cover is she is a new employee at Aston International, and the other employees are not very welcoming.
At what?
It's
Aston,
fine. It's fine.
What?
Just
is that not it?
Aston
that's it.
International. That's
Aston
right.
International.
That's right.
Aston International.
That's right.
Aston International.
Aston International.
And they are.
Scott, are you on the...
All of them are very suspicious, and all of them are not welcoming at all to her. And none of them are also bummed about Aston's death. They're kind of like, it happens. Ballroom dancing will do that to you. Everyone's dropping like flies. We then see the dead dude's wife kiss some random guy out of nowhere. So she's like, hey, I'm doing great. I'm in love again. We also see the housekeeper who found the suspender guy, the housekeeper that I wrote about in the first opening blurb there. Super sketchy, taking pics of some hidden docks, etc. Having learned to dance in 24 hours, it's time for the dance competition. They also find out that the previous CFO died about a year ago. Bailey and Sebastian make it to the next rounds.
Yay!
Hold your applause. Hold your applause. They have a not at all suspicious looking meeting with the local police chief at separate cafe tables. You know the kind. They have not narrowed the list of suspects down at all. Everyone is a suspect. Look into them all. They have their next dance lesson in the hotel pool. As you do, turns into a little wet t-shirt contest with Will Kemp, and we're all better for it. Turns out the maid is a spy, but not the murderer. She's just really into, like, paperwork. It's time to tango. she's tangoing. And Bailey has a personal montage of the weekend's events where she's dancing and she stops and looks at the camera and we see an event that has happened. It's all coming together for her. And she figures out that the event coordinator / third judge is the killer. She's the daughter of the CFO who died last year and blames the company for working her father to death. Bailey engages with her in a dance chase scene. You know the kind. She's arrested, and Sebastian and Bailey celebrate by tangoing into the moonlight. The credits roll, and that, my friends, was the Dancing Detective, a Deadly Tango.
We did it. Excellent job.
Thank you.
That was great.
Thank you. Thank you. Do you know where it fell
Well,
off?
as soon as I heard she edited the whole thing, I stopped
Basically,
listening.
yeah. The
How much
beginning.
did you edit?
Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
I threw in the opening line
Yeah.
about the maid.
Right.
You didn't mention her there.
Okay.
I thought it would be important when she
Sure,
came
I
back.
guess so.
Yeah,
And then
fair.
I think I threw the Aston International, the name of the company.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So enough to throw me off.
Enough to throw you off,
Off the scent.
After the CFO died is the correct answer. After the CFO died, I stopped caring. I was very invested in him. And, and
hate
she
when
wrote the
CFOs
rest of it.
die.
I do. I hate
It's
that.
like a triggering
I
thing.
Well, we
hate
don't
that.
have one here. at
That's
this company.
exactly right. That's exactly right. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to break this movie down with 4 segments here on
Deck
Deck
the
the
Hallmark.
Hallmark. Cha-cha real.
There you go.
One break this time.
Slide to the left. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Deck the Hallmark. We're talking about the Deadly Tango. Let's break this down with 4 segments. We'll start with the hot take. We're going to start with Brian. Brian, what do you think about this movie, pal?
So I don't want to be hyperbolic or overstate anything.
This
here.
is the best movie of all
But-
time.
This movie renewed my faith in humankind.
And you don't want to be hyperbolic.
I don't.
That's the bit.
I'm not going to go too far. I can't say I loved it. You've trademarked. You got a TM on that brand.
Sure do.
This one of obviously.
You've trademarked. I loved it.
He's the love guy. You know. This is one of the favorites of mine this year.
One of the
And
favorites of mine. this
Almost
year.
ever. I could not get enough of this movie from the beginning.
Wow.
I was from the very beginning all in on this movie, and right away there were things that I had questions about that I immediately forgot. I didn't care. They earned the right for me to suspend my disbelief almost like infinitely. They could do anything ridiculous. The more ridiculous, the better. I laughed out loud at this movie, which is a telltale sign, like as a favorite for me. Really surprised and caught off guard by the humor, and. This was written by Audrey Day, and it looks like Will Kemp helped write it as well, either a story by or wrote it with Audrey Day. And my hot take, all the feels, Wait What, and What the Hallmark are all the same thing. And they're all Audrey Day and Will Kemp work together on this movie and need to work together on more movies. My all the feels, I'm feeling so good about them working together.
Calm down. We got
Wait,
a whole
all
show
of
to
them
do.
are the same. It's these guys wrote such an awesome movie. Will Kemp was so good in this movie. Lacey was like, everything about this was just a blast for me.
Take a breath.
I had such a good time with this movie.
Sheesh.
And yeah, I don't want to overstate it, so I'll just stop there.
shower.
Hopefully, I got the point across. Yeah, really good. Really
I don't
good
think you
stuff.
got your
give
point
this
across.
high of a rave to Ghost of Christmas Always, or Three Wise Men and a Baby,
No.
or Hall at the Holly.
Hall at the Holly, I feel like was I don't know. I'd have to listen back to that, but
Also
that
a Lacey movie.
That was a Lacey movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So she, yeah, I don't know. I'm curious how excited I was about Hall at the Holly. That was hilarious, and Made for Each Other was the one.
You just said it saved mankind.
Yeah,
didn't you? This movie.
It could. It renewed my hope
could?
in the human race. Yeah.
Wow.
Human species.
You were down on humans until this movie.
Yeah, absolutely. And now I see
Yeah,
a little
now
light.
You see a little
light,
glimmer,
little glimmer of hope at the end of the
That's
tunnel.
fair.
So
fair.
felt pretty good about this
Yeah.
one.
I don't know if we've like Freaky Friday'd or what.
Oh, no.
I am not as high on this movie as you are, Brian, which means I liked it okay. A normal amount of liking for this movie, I think. Here's, I think, part of the problem with me is I actively don't like dancing. I don't like watching people dance. Dancing with the Stars, not my deal. Ballroom dancing put me to sleep. So that, right from the get-go, we are like, okay, uphill battle here because I have a feeling I'm going to see a good bit of dancing. I couldn't have guessed high enough for how much dancing we're going to see in this movie. It felt like eternity. It felt like every other scene was a dancing scene. So much dancing. There's a scene in the water where they're dancing in the water and it's hot, it's heavy, his shirt is wet, and I'm like, good job, well done, we did it. That scene goes on for like another hour. Every dance scene, I just don't care. And that's a me thing, not necessarily anything after doing with this movie. I just don't care about dance. And so that was tough. I liked, obviously, Lacey and Will are wonderful together. Will was an absolute trip in this movie, super funny. Let him do anything he wants to anytime. I'm always happy to watch him do his thing. And I'll watch more of them. I'm not against it. I hopefully next movie with them doesn't involve dance. But I have a feeling
It's called
it
the
will.
Dancing Detective brand.
I know.
They've kind of painted themselves in that
I know.
corner.
That's my fear.
They
is
gotta find
how many
other-
other ballroom
Thank you.
dancing competitions can they possibly have to go
Thank
solve
you.
a murder at?
Yep.
I don't know. That's my fear here. We're going to have to do this again. I just don't care about dance. I just don't. And I'm sorry. No one email me. Don't at me. That's a personal thing. It's personal.
It's
And, I want to walk through this personally without any questions. Dan?
Yeah, there's kind of like some good and bad here, but we'll pick up where Bran left off, which is this movie's colossally absurd. Like the idea that a company picks a very like fancy venue in the world to have a company dance competition where I believe all of the executives have to compete for just bragging rights is like maybe the dumbest plot we've ever had, more so than the Botanic Cup. Now, is it more interesting than the Botanic Cup? Sure.
Yeah.
But it's ridiculous. The idea that this series is called The Dancing Detective, meaning that they've tied themselves to having to find other dance murders, is also awful, like terrible. And that stuff really does weigh on this movie pretty heavily. Having said that, Will Kemp and Lacey Chabert have never been better. Christmas Waltz, they dance in that movie. They're both in it. The movie's terrible. It's bad. Will Kemp, really stuffed shirt, weird accent in that movie. Just weird. Very serious, not good, didn't like the dance, didn't like any of it. This movie, it's like they've been doing this their whole lives. I thought the dancing scenes were great. One in the water, unbelievable. They are like, his character, super dynamic. Their chemistry, off the charts. Every time they're dancing, it helps this movie. Every time they're dancing, it helps this
Hear
movie.
that?
Say what?
There was a really weird noise. It's like someone's stomach is mic'd up. That was wild.
Dude, I don't, did I make a noise?
I don't know. Somebody made a noise.
It was like atmospheric.
It was like the stomach, the universe.
Pam and I did a ghost show. I mean, I don't know if that,
Yeah.
like, if it's great. Maybe it'll be in the episode.
They'll hear it.
I don't know.
Finally.
Like, I think that the dancing helped the movie.
Okay.
Because also, with the 20 minutes of dancing that you get in this movie, and I maybe have sold it short a little bit, you get a lot less of the normal Hallmark movies and mysteries bit, which is, I'm here because I do this thing, and that explains why I could be a red herring, blah, 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 blah. And it's just next scene, exposition, plot, red herring. Whereas this movie, a solid sixth of it is dancing. And so you don't have that. It's a pretty cut and dry murder. Now, does the whole maid thing have anything to do with the whole murder thing? No, it doesn't. But the two leads and the dancing work for me. In Christmas Waltz, the same two leads and the dancing did not work for me. In this movie, they did work for me. Their chemistry was great. Will and Lacey both were really game for this. But the movie's so stupid. Like, make a better one of these, and I'm all in on it. So I'm here to watch another one. It did not, restore my faith in mankind, though. I want to be very clear.
It's all right. At least it did for one of us.
Do you
That's all it
like
takes.
what? So you think mankind's just straight up doomed? There's like no hope?
I don't think this movie changed my opinion of mankind.
Okay, got
Yeah,
it.
that's fair.
Got it. Let's do the feels. Brian, any feels for you?
Yeah, well, the writing, Aubrey Day and Will Kemp writing there.
You're going to do this every
no,
time?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'll stop there. I
right.
think that one scene in the car where he was doing the voices and they're driving. I was so impressed with that because it felt like I was thinking about this afterwards. That scene was not necessary. Like they could have done.
I think they were purposely making fun of his American accent and Holly Jolly or what.
I would
what it
hope.
is,
Well,
Jolly
yeah,
Good Christmas,
that was a
whatever it
good
is.
check. That's good. It
Yes.
served a lot of purposes. Like,
Yes.
They did not have to do that. Like that. It was complicated. They're in the car. He's doing voices. It's easy to there's a lot going on. That's a complicated thing to do. And I almost knocked this coffee right off.
Oh,
and
there's a ghost in here.
There's gotta be.
There's a ghost in
Something's
here.
going on. Turn off the lights. Get the black lights on. You can see what goes with
I don't
black
think
lights,
you do
right?
black lights. That's not.
That helps.
That's
I
that's
don't
room
wanna do
raiders.
that.
That's
Okay,
room
so,
raiders.
but
Different
I was so glad they kept that in because it would have been easy to say this is too complicated. Let's not do it. He's doing these stupid voices. We don't need to do that. Like, but they did, and it's like to me, it was just like this is a great sign because, and it gave me the feels because like this is something that normally would not be in a movie like this, and it was, and like there was a lot more. Like they did a lot in this movie that they don't usually put into these mysteries. Everybody was a suspect until the end. So it's just everything about it. I love the way they did this.
And
You know?
Brian had a few rails of that way home.
Woo, this is good TV.
Woo.
And
Mankind's
obviously
good.
I looked up Malta because I had to see these pictures. Did you
Oh
know
my
there's a Popeyes village? Do you remember Popeye the movie with Robin
Shut
Williams?
up about Popeye.
I can't. There's the
Dan,
movie.
I can't stress enough
This-
how miserable yesterday was.
This
guy's over there.
More miserable than Subway?
Yes.
that was worse than this. Well,
you
for you
talking
yours was
about
good.
Popeyes Village
Do you remember the movie
4
Popeye
hours.
in the 80s movie?
Yeah, with Robin Williams,
and
yes.
the village that was filmed in was built there in Malta, and it's real, and you can go visit, and it's
That's a fun fact.
Isn't that great?
But after one time, how much more did we get
Well,
than that?
no,
We went to Google
An
Earth.
hour?
We did a street
No.
tour.
I was looking at all the pictures.
Because I'm here for that fun fact.
I loved Popeye growing up. When La Bamba wasn't on, Popeye was on.
Yeah, but not Star Wars, heaven forbid.
Get out of no,
Popeye
guys,
and
no.
La Bamba.
I'm talking real stuff.
This is where
here.
the real stuff happens.
And so to see that the village is a real thing, you can go out. I was looking at kids' birthday parties there.
Frick, what?
You
Missed
can have
that.
You can have a kid's birthday party.
No, he wasn't looking at
Yeah, okay. He was.
Oh, I
you
wasn't
weren't
looking
like
at the kids'
scrolling
party.
through
No,
birthday
I'm
party
looking at like
pictures.
the events that you can have.
Got
you
it.
can experience there. Yeah, you
Thank
can
you.
have a,
I'm
so,
happy Aaron's here.
Long story short, guys, we're
Harry was on his way in.
November, we're
Yeah.
going to the Popeyes
He's-
village.
He was fake for a long time, but Harry's real now.
So just in general, lots of good feels for me.
Will Kemp's just a star in this movie. He just made me laugh multiple times. But I will say, I kind of keep being surprised by Lacey's comedic chops as well. I thought she was really funny. The scene where she falls asleep on her pillow, sitting up and like wakes up kissing the pillow because she's dreaming about Will Kemp.
yeah.
That made me laugh. And his reaction to it, the whole thing was great. So lots of funny feels in this movie for sure. Dano,
Dance scene in the water. Crushed it. Really
you
good
didn't think
stuff.
it was a skosh too long?
I don't. Oh, it was definitely too
Okay.
long. But like how that helps with balance or freeing your feet up, I don't think it does. I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure
care.
it's resistance training. It's not my problem. It's not my problem.
No,
That scene
it was don't hear what I'm saying. It was hot and heavy. It was
yeah,
hot.
Scene was dynamite. That was chemistry at its height. It was really, really good.
It had to be in the water because otherwise it'd be a fire.
Yeah. I
from
see what.
the
Yeah,
heat.
that's very good. Yeah,
Yeah.
and the village, the Popeye village, is second for me. Sorry.
We're gonna be right back here at Duck Dolphin.
Give me the spinach.
Popeye the Sailor Man. He's strong to the finish.
Hey, welcome back, everybody.
Worst Popeye impression I've ever heard. Give me the spinach.
Give me the spinach.
Give me the spinach.
Hey, olive oil.
Ahoy!
I
Is
know
that Pluto?
I
I'm gonna
kn-
give you a knuckle sandwich.
Ah.
I know things
You guys are
about Popeye.
embarrassing yourselves.
All right, fine. Popeye.
fact,
No, I don't got one.
Give us a
Popeye-
Popeye impression.
I used to do it when I was little, when the voice was higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me your Richie Valens, La Bamba.
Oh, Donna.
Very good. You nailed it.
Man, this is good.
It's good stuff.
You say you don't do voices. I beg to differ.
Spinach.
Let's get to the wait what. Let's start with you, Brian. Anything in this movie make you go wait what
Yeah.
over all of the I don't
Yeah.
know love fest?
Well, why haven't Aubrey Day and Will Kemp written together before? They played fast and loose with like international law, criminal law. I feel like so.
You think a little bit?
I started looking up, can a New York detective go to Malta and arrest people? And then I just said, forget it. This is a stupid question.
Interpol is a thing.
Yeah,
she
yeah.
can't arrest anyone, but she can help.
Yeah.
But Interpol would not be covering a businessman's death at his company's dance competition.
There's a lot of layers
It's
and gray
terrible.
areas there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, I was along for the ride, so that was fine with me. Nothing stood out to me. It was almost flawless.
You have nothing.
No. Just the citizen's arrest on the maid and her going over there thinking.
What was that, Aaron?
We've moved on, Bren.
Yep.
Aston International.
You said it.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
You got it.
Is a ballroom dancing
I'm not
corporation.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that.
throws some ballroom dancing competitions that, best I can figure, their employees are forced to compete in.
No,
Just
the
this
only,
one.
No. The I don't know what the company does, if it's a ballroom company or not. I don't know what it is.
I think they hold competitions
the
around
company
the world.
holds a company competition once a year.
Okay, got
and
it.
they all
This is just-
all the
It's
workers
like a team building thing for them, I think.
have to compete
Yeah.
in it. And it even though the owner died, they're still going
it's
forward.
what
with
he
I
would
was
want.
I just was foggy on those details as to how often everybody that works there also has to compete. But
It seems like once a year.
it's just once a year.
Pick a real fancy spot. They all go there on like a retreat type of thing.
Man, I tell you what. We at one point one of the employees say we all have every office has their thing, which I thought was funny. Like, we have a ballroom dancing competition. We all have every office has their own thing. Okay, right from the beginning of this movie, I had a problem with the fact that the guy who died most definitely did not swallow that liquid. He put it in his mouth and immediately fell to the ground. No gulp, no nothing. It is the type of poison that just right there, right inside the
Yes.
mouth, it just will. You're donezo.
I had
Good
written
freaking
down
luck.
The quickest acting poison of all time. And unless it's acid, you're gonna have to swallow that. And let it get in your system first.
You
I'm just
gotta,
letting
you gotta let that sucker roll.
Yeah.
Why are there workout bikes in the gazebo? Just thought that was weird. I'm not against it.
Seems like a great
Just
spot.
do they-
Wrote it down
they
initially,
stay out
and then
there?
I was like, you know what? It's Malta.
They
and I
probably-
feel like all bets are off.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they stay there? Aaron
Probably.
pointed out, what if does it never rain in Malta? You
They
just
cover
no problem.
those things up. I mean, they're getting seawater splashed on them. They're
Brian, I
fine.
understand you don't have any way west. I do not need you. I do not need you to
Have you heard
fight.
about Aubrey Day
I mean, yeah,
and
Will
Will
Kemp
Kemp, though?
writing together?
Oh, boy, howdy.
I understand you're gonna have an answer for every single one of these way west. I don't need them.
There
I
are no
don't need
holes in the- you could try to keep punching holes. There's nothing.
You know what's more suspicious than meeting with somebody out in public? However they did it, where they're back to back and having
It
to
is-
go like this,
Dude,
way more suspicious than just
I don't
meeting at
know.
one
I mean,
table.
I feel like
And also, why not just go to their hotel? Why not
it's
just
the
meet in the
most
room?
Conspicuous, obvious. The chairs are
Hey.
an inch from each other.
It only works if you're looking straight ahead.
That's
but they're
right.
doing what you get.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on over there?
You got anything? Yeah. Give me the name of some of the suspects. Okay, all of them. Everybody that works there is a suspect. I need to look into all of them. Last but not least,
Actually, only the ones that had arrived early.
okay. But everybody that we've met so far still currently
Because
suspect.
they had made a big thing about people are still arriving, but they've put everyone that's arrived already here so we
Right.
can talk to them.
At one point, the Interpol lady says, "You know what they say? It's all about the spouse." Not in this case. That's her line.
That's right.
She says, "It's all about the spouse." Not in this case. Okay, thanks. Thanks for that
Shattering
saying.
it.
It doesn't apply here. I did just want to say it though. You know that saying, "You live, you learn." Not in this
No,
case.
not even a little
Not
bit.
in this case. And I'm sorry that I said that for anybody that brings back. Dana?
Brian, you did take 3 big ones, but early on we see a maid who's taking some pictures and sending them, and she gets on the phone and she's like in secret and she goes, "Hey, wow, what a crazy few days. That's how she started the conversation. And then she's like, I sent him to you. I'm getting out of here. So I just want to point out there's a brief moment where she's in secret and she needs to leave. And she's confirming that the pictures have been gotten. That before she gets to that information, she wants to do a small talk bit. Mm-hmm. Wow. What a crazy few days. Am I right?
Hey, how about that weather, huh?
Undercover, unbelievable. Meanwhile, I do have to leave right now, and I did send you the pictures. My job is done. Stop bothering me. Later, they interview her, and they're like, who sent you? Who hired you to take these pictures? And she says, I can never tell you who hired me to get these pictures. And then Will Kemp, dancer, says, well, we've got a warrant. It's on the way. And she goes, okay, here's the person. Here it is. She doesn't wait for the warrant, which is fake and not coming because neither of those two people have any jurisdiction to get a warrant of any kind. Mm-hmm. She doesn't ask any questions. She's like, I'll never tell you. Well, we're bringing a warrant. Okay, I'll roll. I'll roll right now. We don't have time for this. Warrants scare me. I'm going to tell you. I've done nothing wrong, but warrants scare me. There's nothing I can do about it. And then lastly, the victim's wife says, my husband's death wasn't entirely unexpected. He did work a lot. Guys, it's not like he was 75. You do not, your husband of 48, 50 years old, keeling over dead happens and you go, well, I mean, we knew it was 50-50. We knew it was a possibility because he works a lot. That's no. Even if you don't like your husband, you're not go, yeah, I mean, it was bound to happen. I mean, by Thursday this week, we thought he was going to be dead Monday. In all honesty, we didn't do anything to stop him. No.
But also, it's a ballroom dancing. It's not,
Yes.
You're not a stockbroker.
Correct.
Like dealing with multi-million-dollar clients. You're throwing ballroom dancing competitions.
It's intense. I don't know. You
Brian,
don't know
please
what they
shut your mouth.
You ever been to Malta in the set of Popeye? You don't
Oh,
know.
give me the spinach!
Popeye's Village.
I want the spinach!
Popeye the Sailor Man.
It's time for were you about to say something? Go ahead.
I think that they were like a financial company.
I don't think they were a ballroom company
What?
at all.
They were not a company.
Yeah,
Like this
I gotta
was-
be. I didn't say it out loud because I
What?
watched this movie late at night. I was really, really tired. But you guys both were like, I am positive that a company with that many executives, because there's 100
That's
executives,
why I was confused
isn't
by
a
it.
ballroom company.
No, 'cause, like,
it's a financial
the
company.
maid steals like financial documents. They're working on like an app and an interface or an international financial company.
Right.
And then they make the comment like, "Oh, some companies have like a picnic or team building. We dance." Like
Yeah,
this is
it's-
their company.
Yeah,
I
it's
missed that.
colossally stupid.
I thought they
Yes.
put on competitions and they were like
put on
the
these
lessons.
One for their employees,
Just
like
for- yes.
funs and giggles.
That's where I was with it. I just didn't want to be wrong. I said earlier, I don't know what they
had
do.
a
You hate to be
barbecue
wrong.
at
No,
Dan's
be-
house on
be-
Memorial
hey,
Day.
That's right.
They danced.
That's right. It's 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
I think here's what I think I'm thinking of the sonat, like the thing that we read.
Preview?
Yeah, okay, what does it say here? Who is this? When Global Ballroom Company, Aston International.
Yeah. All right.
Well, they
That's
don't
what
say-
I think. That's probably why this could be wrong.
they don't
These
say
have
it,
been
yes.
wrong before.
They never say that in the movie, I
No,
don't
they
think.
talk
Okay.
about like financials and because like the girl who hired the spy, she was talking about like her previous company and like how they were doing like. I just did not get that they put on competitions.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think the reason why I thought that was from
That's
the
fair.
this is why we shouldn't do preview shows, right, Dan?
This is why we.
That
Yeah, you get
hotel
it.
where
That's
she's
why we
like
shouldn't do
the water,
preview
that
shows.
wasn't
should
a
try
thing
one.
at all.
Yeah. I don't know.
knows?
They do once at the very least they do dance as executives. That's
Correct.
their thing. That's their yearly
That is the
thing.
thing that they do.
Which I mean, could we?
Could we dance?
Who do you think would win if we did a little
Dance
boy.
competition.
the
of
dance
three of
competition?
Not
us.
me.
Oof.
I mean, I can do the worm.
Brian says he doesn't dance. Like he's like
the worst.
because of your ability to just make people laugh at you. I think that sounded like it was not a compliment, and it was.
Roundabout
I think
way.
you'd win, Brian. I think you'd win.
Let's get to the Hallmark. It's where we answer any questions that we still have.
I like
Right?
our dance competition is we just talk about it instead of actually doing it.
Yeah,
That's a
good.
good one.
Yeah. We talk about a dance competition.
My what the hallmark was, does Will Kemp have a must fall in the water clause in his contract?
Yeah.
Because Jolly Good Christmas right in the water,
Yeah.
this one right in the water. I love that. I hope he keeps that up. up because that's a funny bit.
Funny bit.
So that was just something I'm wondering, like, is he actively looking to do this in every role now?
Yeah. My only request, if we are going to do another one of these, is, and maybe we can do this. I was hoping that when they finally catch the criminal who it is and they chase her, I just wanted a full dance battle, like
Ooh, that's
to
a
really
great idea.
decide whether or not we're
Yeah.
going to let you. Like, if you can beat me in a dance battle, then we'll forgive you.
love
Like
it.
that type of thing. Because this is
Take
the
it to the
dancing.
streets.
This is the dancing detective.
respected
Let's
by everyone.
really lean into that. This
that's
is
a
the
great
dancing detective who plays by her own rules. And her rule is, if I catch you and you beat me in a dance competition, there's
Done,
nothing
done.
I can do about it. All in, all done. I would like to see that.
Dancing Law.
I mean, we talked about mine in the hot take briefly, but what are they going to do for the next movie?
Yeah.
It's called The Dancing Detective. They can't just reference it. Like, what did they do for the second crossword mysteries? I don't even. We only watched the first
I don't
one.
remember.
Was there a crossword puzzle every week? There was.
Some kind of puzzle. Sudoku.
Like you're
Well, you do
painting-
different types of dancing styles.
I mean, I
You're
could see
painting
him.
yourself in a corner though.
Yeah.
How many times you got to investigate a dance?
There's a
murder?
It doesn't have to be dance, but he could always fall into a dance scenario, I feel like. There could
Someone
be a
dies in
murder.
fall into a dance
Yeah.
scenario.
He seems like the type of guy wherever he
How
goes.
many times have you
Like,
fallen into a dance scenario?
Another dance scenario.
Too
somehow.
many to count.
Someone could die in a breakdancing competition.
Yeah.
Someone could die. This was just ballroom dance. Someone could die in a. Is there any other type of dance? Group dance
Yep,
battle.
Sure.
Group dance battle.
Sure.
There's
Dance
lots of
Dance Revolution.
Dance Dance
like, it
Revolution. That's
explodes
exactly
on
right. You're at a
somebody.
Dave and Buster's. Things go awry. Lots of potential.
See?
Don't.
I think we
hey,
answered that.
Hey, don't squander the possibility of dance.
Yeah, my bad. Excuse me.
We did, everybody. Congratulations. We're going to be back next time with another one. If you're at con this weekend, come say hi. We'll be
do.
around. Until next time, we'll be the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.